Welcome to Ministry 311, Church Government and Administration. This is Lesson 6, Organization and Local Church Structure. In preparation for this class, you should read Church Administration and Organization, Appendix, Constitution and Bylaws, and Parliamentary Procedure. By the time you finish with this class, you will be able to describe the typical contents of a local church constitution and bylaws, describe the differences in constitutions and bylaws for each form of church government, and understand the basics of parliamentary procedure and its necessity in an orderly meeting. No doubt, the organization a church belongs to will have its own set of constitution, bylaws, or operational procedures. Having this type of documentation at the local level is important, even in those types of church government that offer little autonomy to the local assembly. Local constitutions and bylaws should contain clearly defined goals and objectives for the church. They help set expectations for roles within the local assembly, including that of the senior pastor, single elder, the board of trustees or board of directors, a secretary or other office staff, a treasurer, an assistant pastor, a board of elders, deacons, and even congregants. The documents help define behavior within each of these roles, any appeals processes, hiring and firing, discipline, and lines out a chain of command. The documents will also spell out procedures for local operations, such as business meetings, sacraments, and other special circumstances that affect the life of the church. Local constitutions and bylaws documents are most often used under the congregational form of church government, as they usually have the most local autonomy. These documents are drawn up by the congregation when the church is established. Over time, as circumstances change, these documents can be amended or changed by a vote of the congregants. These votes usually require more than just a simple majority. Changing a church's constitution or bylaws is not something that can be taken at a whim, but rather requires a supermajority. Constitutions and bylaws are more limited in a Presbyterian ruled assembly, as they usually have limited autonomy. Again, the documents are drawn up by the congregation when the church is established, or templates may be handed down from the ruling organization. These documents may have limited changes by the local congregants, or changes can be handed down by the organization. Constitutions and bylaws are severely limited in an Episcopal ruled assembly, as they usually have very little autonomy. Again, the documents are drawn up by the congregation when the church is established, or templates may be handed down from the ruling organization. These documents may have limited or no changes by the local congregants, with changes only handed down by the organization. Since the Episcopal ruled assembly has so little autonomy, constitutions and bylaws are very limited in scope and deal only with more frivolous matters. By now, you have read the documents required by this class, giving a description of parliamentary procedure. Parliamentary procedure was designed to help organizations conduct orderly, efficient meetings. These rules of order are important because they protect the rights of individual members and enable the group to accomplish its purpose. They are universally established and generally used around the world. These procedures, followed by most organizations today, were developed by the British Parliament and have been used for hundreds of years. They help establish clear expectations for all participants and are a well-defined process for the running of business. They are based more or less on a democratic principle of one man, one vote. While your reading has given you a basic understanding, people have dived deep into mastering the intricacies of their use in every eventuality that may face an organization trying to do business in an organized fashion. One such person may be what we call a parliamentarian, an expert on parliamentary procedure who advises on rules and procedures, often serving as a consultant to the chair or members. In preparation for the next class, be sure to read the ALJC Member Code of Conduct.